Everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing, extended, beautiful family, just thank you so much for the love and support y'all are constantly giving me each and every day. You are truly a blessing in my life as much as you claim that I am a blessing into your life. Well, not claim, but you say. So you know what y'all are blessing. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and hitting you towards positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are informative, give you a good uplift, inspiration, good vibes, or whatever that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through trying times at the moment and needing confirmation or validation, or even spiritual guidance, please go ahead and share them while you're at it. Give a girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's constantly appreciated always. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music I'm listening to in the background is called, what is it? Healing Meditation, 777 hertz plus 741 hertz. Angel detox, cleanse, soul detox, toxin removal of the mind and beautiful soul. Shoot, I should have been listening to that last week and a couple of days before that. Jesus Lord. Anyways, the video I'm doing today is Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, when universe doesn't still the storm around you, but helps still the storm raging within you. That is so true. I was watching. I think it was like the post that I put up on the community page. It was like a dear Lord prayer, and I really felt that. It's like when there's times that we can constantly pray. I always tell people you got to be careful what you ask for, because they will definitely give it to you. You could be praying for patience for certain things, and next thing you know, it'll put you in a situation where you have no choice but to be patient, or you just need calmness in your life that stills around you. Then things get rocky. It's always, we're always placed in certain situations, not to like piss us off or anything like that, but it's just to strengthen us in all ways. There are certain things that I look at in my life and I get aggravated at times, because it's like, with me being like a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Gemini, all that mixed up. It's like a C4 and Tannenbaum like mixed together. I'm like, I don't know what. Like when I look at both my parents, both of them Geminis, I'm like, what were y'all thinking when y'all made me? That was just like totally not a good thing. But going through all those different things is really, even, I get tested on a daily basis. And a lot of times we get stuck in situations, not stuck, but being placed in a lot of situations where it's, how they say that, you're comforted through that storm. It makes me think about that song, what is it by, uh, Madonna. I used to listen to it. It's called The Ray of Light, music. I said I haven't listened to her recently, so I'm like, I don't know what the heck Madonna got going on, but I love her in her erotic days. What is it, erotica, Vogue days, and Ray of Light. That was my favorite, favorite album. But it's just like, you're comforted through those storms. That's where you get your strength from. A lot of times you're placed in the storm and you become your own storm. It's like you can't be trifled with. And that's the reason why, you always get messed with all the time. There'll be times, I don't know, sit up here and watch the video and I had my opinion and people had pretty much the same opinion about it. And then somebody will come towards me, and just have something. I'm like, well, God, dog, why I gotta be the one you gotta sit up here and target? At times we are targeted individuals just for us being Heyokas, because that vibe just like, yo, reminds me of that daggone meme that they had where you see that chick, I don't know, it's from one of them housewives, and you see her just like, yo, and you just see that cat like, okay, you know but it's like that at times. It really is like that. A lot of times we don't understand. Sometimes we try to understand why do I have to be that one that has to go through this? Why do I have to move forward when it just seems like the world is against me? And a lot of times we get placed in certain situations, so it'll allow you to say, just because somebody's opinions of about you does not mean that's about you. That's a reflection of how they feel about themselves. You have a lot of times you have to be able to move forward, and it's okay for people not to know your whole full story and not knowing what you know the road you have been placed on, having different opinions that are different from ours. Just like I say, when there's y'all drop comments, I always tell people you have the right to, agree to disagree. There are certain things that, I have views about that other people don't see that, they have their agreements about that or opinions about that. And that's fine. That's not going to change my, the way I see it. I mean, I can be able to relate to what you're talking about. I always tell people, when we're here, even when I have my live chats, which I know I need to do soon, y'all. So don't think that I forgot about y'all. It's just like when we have, it's just like I can even feel y'all's energy when y'all leave y'all messages. I'm like, look, we need some kind of, a little, we need to get calm before I get into those, those live chats, because we all got something going on. But I know I always feel good when I, finish having a chat with y'all, even though I may be drained, because it's like dealing with a whole lot of energy in there, and we have good conversation and stuff like that. I really, truly love that. But I'll probably have one sometime next week. Let me just say that, just depending on how, everything goes, because I can't plan ahead like that because it'll be something. But, I'm going to try my best to go ahead and have that next week. But just being able to go through, the things that we go through, there's things that you have to move forward in that, what is probably still, that sensitive subject for you. There's a lot of different things that I go through, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm moving forward, I'm evolving, and universe like, okay, well, let me go ahead and put this up. You gonna say something about this? There'll be certain things I might see, out in the world or whatever, that it may be kind of like sensitive to me, and there'll be things I'm like, I'm not even, even though it doesn't bother me, I'm not going to, there'll be certain videos that I'll see will be put up, and I already know it'll be something that I'm not gonna like hearing. So it'll be something like, oh, I've seen this before, but I'm not gonna allow myself to review that again. Just to allow myself to just know I have that choice to, engage in something like that where I already know it's gonna trigger me. Allow myself to just, curve that. I ain't gotta somebody else's opinion about somebody. It doesn't have anything to do with me. So a lot of things that we tend to go through, you know, we have to understand you may be placed in those certain storms. If you don't have that belief within yourself, you may be placed in a storm. You have no choice but to believe, you know, about what is going on with you, knowing that you can conquer whatever you're facing, allowing yourself to know that strength is there. And a lot of times you have to be triggered for you to recognize, like, who I know who the I am. I'm going to be moving forward. You can't stop me from doing what I need to do for me. You may be able to stop yourself. You may be able to play some mind games or whatever you're doing, but I'm going to let you do you while I keep focused on doing me. And there's a lot of different things that you can look at. And I always tell y'all, been with me for a while, look at the things that you've been through in the past, in the past. And a lot of times you may see, I don't know if I can deal with this. I don't know if I can deal with that. And there's a lot of things that you have dealt with, a lot of things you have dealt with, that many people wouldn't even be able to last like 2 minutes in your shoes. And that's the reason why you have done things. And it's like with us, especially with you being Heyokas, you have gone through something that can rock somebody's socks off. Okay, rock somebody's socks off. Then wouldn't be able to, like, I can't even imagine. I don't know what I would do. Because it's just like, that's why I tell y'all, I don't want to say, oh, I can imagine, or I can feel what you didn't know. No, I never do that. I try to never do that. And I'm not saying that against anybody else, but I'm just saying with like my situation, I never want anybody to ever feel what I felt going through the things that I've gone through. That was something I won't even wish on my worst enemies. And I got a handful of them jackets, you know, and just don't even do that. And it's just like when you have gone through different things, and you've been messed with, you know what you've gone through. You may have certain situation that may seem like it's just not right, or you may be trying to seek closure from things you really felt that wasn't fair. And a lot of times you don't understand that's where your strength comes from. That's where that power comes from. That storm that just keep growing and festering in you. And it's not like something like you gonna be like you can be like that one of them what is it, hurricanes. I know I put a post up the other day and I was like, dang, that's vicious. It is just like I can come into your life and beautifully destroy it and walk out. I forgot what it was. It was kind of like that. You understand why have names after people. And I was like, damn. I was like, whoa, that is tight, but that's some vicious stuff, and it truly is. If you ain't never heard of any hurricane that don't have somebody's name in it, and that's what it is. It is like a lot of times you can come into something and just destroy it in the most beautiful way. Even though I know that's kind of like an oxymoron, putting destroy and beautiful. And a lot of times you don't understand. When you have moved forward, when you have gone into your awakening, it has to destroy some form of what you thought was true, of what you thought how things were. And then when you get rocked with that truth, a lot of times that truth is not pretty. Everything is sweet, it's not sugar coated. I say that a lot because that mess is true. If somebody can be sweet as hell, but if they may say something to you, they may contradict what you truly believe. And sometimes that can make people mad, or whatever. But when you're going through those things, you're going through these things. And it just seems like when I even connect, I thought it was, but then, it confirmed that when you have gone we go through many cycles of spiritual awakenings. It's like ending one cycle to start another one. And it's like different phases of your life where things are getting peeled back. The it's dissolving something to get to the main core of what it truly means. It's like truth. This self is very raw and just bold about it, because there's like nothing, even though we at times we're like a conundrum, we can cause confusion amongst different things, or even be an enigma. I've said that before. A lot of things can't figure you out when you have gone through things. And that's why the devil plays hard on our feelings, our minds, our intellect, whatever, because he knows when you are aligned with everything in your life, you're gonna be one of them bad mother suckers that's not gonna be able to be trifed with it. Because it's like before, when we were spiritual beings, that was already enough. That we even devil be looking at it like, what the hell you doing? Be looking at us like, man, And that's the reason why they pick us to do these things, because it's like you're coming aligned of who you are. And a lot of times that is not easy. You have to be able to go through those tragedies. You have to be able to endure a lot of these losses, but you have to allow yourself to get back up, dust yourself up, just like my baby girl from, up above. You dust yourself off and try again. You have to be able to do that. And it's just like when I see all the things I went through, and it's just like, you're not allowing myself to attach that emotion for what I've been through, but then I appreciate those things, because it's just like when you can go through the things you have gone through and still have your right mind. Because a lot of times we have gone through things, and there's not a lot of people that can endure the things we have and still be in their mind, in that good mindset. Because sometimes that mess can be so heavy, it can, do a mental boogaloo on you, be percolating all up in something that's, it can really mess you up. But a lot of times we are placed in a lot of things, whatever your weakness is, you're placed in a situation to have that align with your strengths, and a lot of times when um you may do something, you may say something, or you may judge something, or you may focus on something that is not, not you anymore, and you will recognize that. You may say something like, "Ooh, that was very judgmental." No, that's let me take that back. And a lot of times, I try to be mindful of what I say. It's not, I'm the type of person, I really don't care what people think, but I'm not trying to make somebody feel, disrespected or whatever. But I'm just like, I'm one of that ones. I'm the raw, real deal Holyfield, and I always try to make sure not being politically correct, but being mindful of people's feelings. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times that truth can bother some folks. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be able to respect it at the same time, of everything that you do. but it is just like we are all here for a mission. We all have our purpose of moving forward. But for that to be able to happen, like we want the world to change. We want to be able to drive as one force. But before we can do that, we have to become one force within ourselves, you know, and we have to be able to strengthen ourselves and where we were once weak at. You know, there was a lot of things that I used to worry about what people think. I always thought I had to have a hand group of people or a certain amount of people to make me feel important, you know, make me feel like, oh, I'm popular. You know, I was always the, you know, the oddball in school. You know, I constantly got in trouble for something. But now, after the things, you know, things that's taking place in my life, you know, I used to do a lot of things just to make myself feel important. And then when I found out the truth about my life, that was hard to grasp. Like, no, this can't be, no, that's not me, you know, and this and that. And it wasn't even what I thought. You know, I had to allow myself to be my own best friend because I used to didn't want to be alone with my thoughts, and that was when my gifts, you know, I would hear people's thoughts. I would project something from me, and it wouldn't be me; it would be their thoughts. And I'm like, did I just say that out loud? I'm like, yeah, sure did, and trying to figure out how the hell did I was able to do that. And then, you know, starting that off, you know, like I tell people, I started off doing video diaries because learning the truth about myself. And when people found out, you know, who I was related to and stuff like that, I lost a lot of friends from that, where I thought were friends. I lost a lot of family from those things. People that I thought really cared about me, you know, when they found out the things that they found out, either they were there for not good reasons or they had their own personal agenda. So when I went through that, it was like me starting my own, you know, the universe had its own, you know, agenda about that, you know, starting off as, you know, video diaries. Then it was just like, well, hey, maybe I can find my mom by doing videos, you know, then found out about the twin flame, the indigo, and then the Wiccan, and then the INFJs, and then what else it was, and indigos, all those different things. And it came up to, you know, having the gift of sixth sense and all that. And then the next thing you know, it's like Heyokas, you know, the Lakota tribe and thunder beings and all these different things. And it felt so magical. And then it allowed me to be comfortable in my own skin, you know, being able to accept myself for who I truly was, even though it at times it feels very lonely, you know, with the truth that I have. And, you know, but then it was just like I had people that came in my life and went right back out, you know, to stab me in the back, you know, very deceptive, you know, and all those things. And it truly hurt. But then it got to that point where I appreciated those things because it brought meaning to my life and allowed me to learn a lot of things that I could really truly grow from. And, you know, going through all the different things that I went through is like not to, you know, dwell on what is taking place, but what can I gain from the things after I accept what took place and still be able to move forward. You know, being able to be strong like that, you know, and having to tell myself, you know, always trying to worry about why did this have to happen to me? And it wasn't really about me, but it was about the people I'm gonna later come into connection with. And those are the things that I can really truly say that was a blessing to me while I'm allowing myself to heal and, you know, going by the things that I've learned, the insight that I get, you know, from source, creator, universe, God, whatever, you know, being able to share that is just a beautiful thing when people can say, Roslynn, you're talking about my life. It's like you telling my story. As soon as I say that, God, that gonna chills went up to my forehead. I mean, to my back of my crown. God dog. But you know, going through those different things and being able to hear people say, you know what, we are all in that alignment, you know, and I feel like we're all going through that domino effect of where certain things may be triggering, you know, that you may be struggling with right now. And that's fine because it's like when you're struggling with that, it's like you're allowing yourself to let that change, you know, take charge, because a lot of times when we have all this hell breaking loose in our life and wondering why one thing comes after another is because we're resisting that change. But when we're allowing ourselves to go with it and go with the flow, even though we may not like it, you know, there's a purpose behind that. And that's where we're placed in those things. You know, if there's something about you that you don't love, that's a weakness. and you're allowing yourself to, okay, this is not what I like, so let me allow myself to work on that and change that. And then, or if there's something that you didn't have that self-love, you're placed in certain situations where you have no choice but to love yourself. You have to. That's one person you can't run from. That's that person you never should talk nothing. You have to talk. If you talk good to other people, you have to do that double time with yourself, because you know what, you that energy you project out, that's what you tend to get back, you know. And then you can be able to do that, and it's just like, and then you'll start noticing when things are starting to change. Then you'll start having to be able to relate to, you know what, I needed this in my life. That's the sustenance I was really, hunger for. If I didn't have faith in myself, I got put in a predicament where I have no choice but to go by faith and not by sight. Because a lot of times things happen that you just can't see, you can't touch, you can feel that, you can acknowledge that. And that's what universe wants us to do. Stop going by everything that you have to see to believe. A lot of times you got to feel that mess, get that insight that is telling you this is where you're going, this is where you need to be at, and I'm directing you to go even higher, allowing yourself to do more than just enough and give it all you got. And that's what they want you to be able to know. Even though they're not calming that storm in you, a lot of times you have to be in that storm until you can be able to allow yourself to just sit in it. Because if there are certain things that's going on around you, they want to be able to know that storm can't affect you. Even if it can affect you, but it doesn't have to affect you. You don't have to become that. You become your own storm, but you're not becoming that storm around you. You have to be put in that temporary hell until when you're going through that, and you're going to get to that point where that whatever is going on around you is not going to affect you. And that's the whole point they're trying to make to you. This thing cannot have no power without you giving that to them. Whatever you tend to focus on, that's what if this is focused on something that's irrelevant, they don't put you in a situation where that you're going to worry about yourself, you're going to concentrate on yourself, but what's going on around you, because that's what distractions usually are. It wants you to take your focus off of what's important. And when you tend to do that, that's where your growth and strength is. You become that own storm. You become your own hurricane. Hurricane Heyoka. And that's a mess that can really damage some stuff. Here a hurricane and Heyoka at the same time, that's not good. But it'll be something that the universe will use for it. That's the reason why, we are supposed to make that change. Because you have been through the worst of the worst, and we're the only ones that tend to take the hard road. We don't ever take the easy road for anything. We always have to, oh, okay, will you tell me this? Okay, well, I'm going to see why you telling me this and why is it the way it is. And, we have to come up with many more meanings because of that, and that's the reason why it makes us what we are. And that's why a lot of times we can rub people the wrong way. But I hope you were able to resonate with the content of that, y'all. I want to go ahead and give a post notification shout out to Jessica Rachel, and as well as Joe Brown. Every time I hear your name, make me think about that judge on TV. Poetry Delivery, Strive from the Ashes, Michelle J, Demetria Williams, as well as Keith U84. Much love to you. If you are new to the channel, thank you. It's so good to have you and welcome. And tell somebody about the channel. Drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. If you ever want to talk to me one on one, I always make sure I put my contact information in the description box, but up under the video, where you can get in contact with me. Is basically about networking, having a chit chat, giving you a deep understanding or whatever questions you have about your spiritual purpose, as well as, where is it going to, if I can't tell you from, my own personal experience, I try my best to go ahead and give, the information you need to give you that, deeper understanding about yourself as well as your purpose to guide you along the way. I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Like I said, I love this weekend because I know there's going to be horror movies galore. I love them to death. I'm going to try to, see which ones I already want to watch. I already played out the movie. I mean, that show, Blind Manor. I'm trying to find out what other stuff they got on, probably Netflix or one of them. But I hope you have a good weekend. Be responsible and safe for everything you do. Know you're truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything you're trying to manifest comes 100 trillion times more than what you expected, pray for, manifest, or ask for. And the same when you receive it. Even through social distancing, make sure you give off love, life, love, life, Lord Jesus, love, light, positivity, words, vibes, and frequencies. You never know. All those things can really take somebody a long way. And I'll see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be well.